body of a cervical vertebra is smaller and broader. And on superiorly, on either side, it is flanked by two lateral lips, which are basically the raised margins of the body. These two raised margins are less frequently appreciated on the inferior surface of the body of typical cervical vertebra. Secondly, a typical cervical vertebra's body has a superior surface, an inferior surface, an anterior surface, and a posterior surface. And two more borders can be appreciated as superior border and inferior borders. Second comes the vertebral foramen. The vertebral foramen is larger in size as compared to the body of the cervical vertebra, typical cervical vertebra. And secondly, it is triangular in shape. Now let's move on to the vertebral arch. So after describing the bony features of the body of a typical cervical vertebra and the vertebral foramen, we move on to the different components of a vertebral arch. So the vertebral arch comprises of pedicles. The pedicle is that part of the cervical vertebra which connects the body with rest of the components of the vertebral arch. It has, or it bears, a superior and in this case, we have inferior notch, and in this diagram, we can see the superior notch. So these two notches basically are converted into intervertebral foramina when the different and adjacent vertebrae are put on each other to complete the vertebral column. Then secondly, from the pedicles, we move on to laminae. The laminae, they unite to form the spine. The spine of a typical cervical vertebra is short and bifid. And the gap between the two bifid processes of the spine is filled by ligamentum nuchae. Secondly, we have transverse process of cervical vertebra, which are unique in the sense that they are pierced by a foramen, which is called foramen transversarium. And anterior and posterior to foramen transversarium, we have anterior root and posterior root. Both of these roots, they end into tubercles, anterior root tubercle and posterior tubercle, and both of these tubercles, they are united to each other via a bar of bone called costotransverse bar of bone. The anterior tubercle of the sixth cervical vertebra is again unique in the sense that it is larger in size, and it is called carotid tubercle because common carotid artery in the neck can be palpated against this tubercle. So here we have the atlas vertebra. This atlas vertebra is the first cervical vertebra, and it is also one of the atypical cervical vertebrae, in the sense that it is different in shape and size and other bony features. So let's see what are those differences. हमारे पास बेटा जो atlas vertebra है, it has at least 3 bony components. An anterior arch, this is the anterior view, and this is the posterior view, right? And in general, this is the superior view. आप ऊपर से खड़े होके नीचे देख रहे हैं इस vertebra को. So ये anterior aspect है और ये posterior aspect है. So सामने वाले इसके component को anterior arch कहते हैं. फिर इसके जो पीछे वाला component होता है जो कि जरा बड़ा होता है in size, that is called the posterior arch. और sides पे lateral masses होते हैं. ठीक है, दो साइड्स पे दो lateral masses होते हैं. So together आप कह सकते हैं 1, 2, 3 and 4. ठीक है, so 4 components. So anterior arch में क्या components होते हैं, bony components या क्या bony features होते हैं? सबसे पहले तो if we look in the midline anteriorly, there's a tubercle. This tubercle is called anterior median tubercle. इस anterior median tubercle तो मौजूद है ना anterior aspect या anterior surface of the anterior arch पे. Posterior aspect of the anterior arch पे क्या मौजूद है? Facet. Facet for the dens of the adjacent below lying vertebra, second vertebra. So second cervical vertebra का नाम होता है axis. Axis का एक process होता है जिसको dens कहते हैं. तो उसने इधर इस facet के साथ जो कि posterior aspect of the anterior arch के पीछे होता है, इसके साथ आके आर्टिकुलेट करना होता है। तो एटलांटो एक्सियल जॉइंट बनाता है, वन ऑफ द एटलांटो एक्सियल जॉइंट्स बनाता है ये। सो सेकेंडली we move on to the posterior arch. Posterior arch is larger in size as compared to the anterior arch. Again, in the midline, but posteriorly, it shows a tubercle which is called the posterior median tubercle. इसके अलावा अगर आप गौर से देखें, the superior surface of the sides, lateral sides of the posterior arch, ठीक है, there is a groove, ठीक है, ये जो groove है, this is meant for the passage of the vertebral artery, इसके ऊपर से गुजरती है, ठीक है। अब lateral masses के क्या features हैं? Each lateral mass on either side of the ring-shaped atlas vertebra, they have superior articular facets. आप ये देख सकते हैं कि shape of the superior articular facet, it is elongated, right, and concave and directed upwards and medially. इसने किसके साथ articulate करना है superiorly? With the corresponding occipital condyle of the base of skull to form the atlanto-occipital joint. इसके अलावा अगर आप इसके inferior view पे जाएंगे इस atlas vertebra के, तो उसके ऊपर भी inferior articular facets हैं। उन्होंने अपने नीचे वाले जो ये axis है, इसके superior articular facets के साथ joint बनाना है। Now, what about the transverse processes of atlas vertebra? जो transverse process है atlas vertebra का, that is longer as compared to the transverse process of rest of the typical cervical vertebrae. और ये इतना लंबा होता है size में और length में, इतना लंबा होता है कि you can actually palpate the transverse process अगर आप अपनी finger रखो between the angle of the mandible and the mastoid process. So you can actually palpate this transverse process. And just like other typical cervical vertebrae, this transverse process is also pierced by the foramen transverse cerium. So this was all about the bony features of the atlas vertebra. Now we move on to the bony features of the second cervical vertebra, which is also atypical vertebra, and its name is, alternative or other name is, axis. So the body of the axis vertebra, it comprises of a process which is called dens. It is superiorly directed process. It is called dens, and this dens is going to articulate with the posterior aspect of the anterior arch. The anterior surface जो है इसकी axis की, that also presents a median ridge. सामने ये आपको तो बेटा posterior नजर आ रही है ना, इसके सामने वाली जो surface है, इसके ऊपर midline में एक ridge होती है, और उस ridge के दोनों sides पे hollowed out impressions होते हैं, छोटे छोटे depression से होते हैं उस median ridge के either side पे. Vertebral arch जो है इस axis vertebra की, उसके ऊपर ये superior articular facets हैं, ठीक है। इसके जो laminae हैं, they are much more thicker than the other than the laminae of the rest of the cervical vertebrae. और जो इसके superior articular facets हैं, वो इतने बड़े-बड़े होते हैं in size में कि they basically overhang the adjacent lying foramen transverse area. The transverse process of the second cervical vertebra, they are smaller in length as compared to that of the atlas vertebra. और इनके सिर्फ आमतौर पे ये posterior tubercles ज्यादा जो हैं वो prominent होते हैं as compared to anterior tubercles. इसकी spine अगर आप गौर से देखें, it is very very thick, बहुत thick है, stout है, very thick है, और इसके जो है इट इज एक्चुअली इसके जो इंफीरियर एस्पेक्ट है इस स्पाइन का दैट इज ग्रूव. इसकी टिप जो है वो बाइफिड है और इट इज नॉट दैट मच बाइफिड जिस तरह एक टिपिकल जो हमारे पास वर्टिब्रा होता है उसकी टिप होती है बाइफिड. और जैसे ये देखें इसकी है टिपिकल वर्टिब्रा की बाइफिड स्पाइन देखें और इसकी आप स्पाइन चेक करें. इसकी लेस प्रोनाउंस्ड या लेस प्रोमिनेंट बाइफिड है. सिर्फ दो छोटे छोटे आपको ट्यूबरकल्स पोस्टीरियरली नजर आ रहे हैं. सो इन दैट वे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दीज टू ट्यूबरकल्स वी कैन से दैट कि इसकी भी टिप जो है स्पाइन की वो बाइफिड है. So this was all about the bony features of the axis vertebra. Now we move on to the bony features of the seventh cervical vertebra. This vertebra is also considered to be atypical cervical vertebra in the sense that it has long spine. It has long spine that is directed horizontally backwards. And its tip is actually subcutaneous and can be palpable under the skin. Transverse processes are comparatively larger in size. Posterior root, if you look closely, is more larger as compared to the anterior root. To that extent, the anterior tubercle is actually considered to be absent, whereas posterior tubercle is present in the seventh cervical vertebra. And foramen transversarium is also smaller in size in the atypical seventh cervical vertebra. So these were the bony features of the different atypical cervical vertebrae.